Legacies are not built from average. They're not built from the safe choice, the path of least resistance, the could-haves, or the maybes. Elevate above the pain, the resistance, and the forces that don't want you to win. Legacies are not built from average. They're built when they're earned.
Do you think Chad should be on a stepper?
No, I don't think so. I've never thought to think of it that way. No, because they announced the box height and the ruck weight. No, I think this is just us acclimating to what to anticipate, or just building a tolerance to what we should expect after Chad. Rather than doing 1,000 box step-ups once a week, we could just do variations of something what would just give us the same stimulus and actually will help other spectrums of what we're trying to chase here at the CrossFit Games.
Do you think that if there is a new machine introduced, it's going to be a stepper?
I mean, I'd love to see a stepper, because we've got some. It's been awesome. They've been partnering up with us now the whole season, so it's been awesome. Look, I'm pretty traditional, and I think that I share that with Dave and a lot of other people who've been around for a while, that it should be your body weight moving an object or moving through time and space, so meaning that you're running or swimming physically yourself, rather than on something belt driven or something like the bike erg. I'd rather see a traditional bike where your mass actually contributes towards the speed of which your bike can do or climb. So I'm more traditional that way, I guess.
What are your thoughts on Chad being released?
I think it's going to be like slightly changed, so I think it's going to be like a variation of Chad. You know, obviously like it's great bringing awareness to like what Chad and the workout represents. A games workout to put on a show for spectators and all that good stuff. I have a feeling that there's going to be a little twist to it, so it will be a little bit more, I suppose, like entertaining to watch as a spectator. But I think it's also really great, and I think that's what's so great about CrossFit and what we do on a daily basis and what people, you know, really live for. It's just about showing your respect and, you know, doing it for a good cause as well.
Worst workout ever programmed at the games?
Man, I'll need to think for a second. I had trouble with the imaginary deficit for the handstand push-ups and getting behind that concept. The wall facing, yeah. I just think that's just so subjective, and it's not objective. I'm trying to think. There have been workouts where I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't mind the wall facing for sure. I don't mind the wall facing. I just think it should be very clear-cut, objective, right? You get from A to B, and B will meet you by you hit the surface or ground, right? I think when workouts, when they test them and then there seems to be like a discrepancy between the lanes, it's agitating. I know it's hard to mitigate, but like if you look at Formula One or you look at Tour de France right now, like these guys are fighting for microseconds or seconds, right? So to have a discrepancy between lanes that can have a diverse impact in the overall time because one lane to the next isn't the same, I think that's unfair for those guys.
Worst workout ever programmed?
Yeah, what is another one?
Do you know though what was really annoying? Is run shoulder overhead. Like, I like that workout. There was such a huge disadvantage between like the athletes that had the, what was it, like the blocks further than some of the other athletes, because there was like 2 stations.
So what happened was they had to run further to their bar on a tight time frame than the people in the odd lanes, because they were just offset. So if you could imagine, they're like this. So when they did their shuttle runs, some people ran to there and some had to run further to that. And
they got a rep ahead of me already before I got to my bar, just purely because they had it closer. And then what was the other workout? The one with the yoke. They had squat cleans and deadlifts. There was people that had to travel further for the deadlifts than some people, like, because they deadlifts.
That's probably the same year.
It was.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
That's probably the same year as mine too, actually.
We're still on deload.
Yeah, we're still on deload.
Are you enjoying it, or can you even tell the difference really?
Oh yeah, I can tell a difference. It's strange, like normally I feel like deload doesn't mean anything, but this year I think like, well, Maddie and Jay, they've just come off their flight, so you know, like they're still trying to acclimate to like the heat because they've just come from winter. This year, like when I think back to previous games prep and the deload week, this year is definitely more of a deload than anything. But with all that saying, I don't feel amazing, which is kind of, it's almost like I just wish I didn't even know about deload, and I just like kept the head down, because you sometimes think, oh cool, deload, I can catch a breath, but it doesn't happen like that.
I won't talk myself out straight away.
Nothing to work on. You're fucking amazing at DH.
We'll find
He's
out.
just humble.
Oh, heavy sandbag cleans. Play with the big dog.
Because she is a big dog.
You're just full of compliments today, huh?
I am.
This might be a Shane question, but how do you assess your fitness level?
You know, I go off like what I've previously done in previous years, but then I also, like, I know how I feel on, like, say the machines, how I feel like barbell cycling, how I feel in the gymnastics movements, and I think when I feel more efficient, and like sometimes I might just like make it all up in my mind, but every year I feel like I'm progressing and getting better. And you know, for example, maybe 3 years ago, cycling and consistently hitting, you know, 6 to 7 ring muscle ups in a row was the standard. Well, now it like increases, and every year it increases, and so it's like, you know, this year it might be like 10, but then next year I'll expect 11, you know. So it's like, I guess it's understanding the body, understanding what you've done in the past, using that as like guides and gauges, and then just like trusting in the process. And I think also I really enjoy like Shane's programming, because like the body gets through it without any injuries. Alright guys, that's the end of our deload. We've got rest day tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to the rest day. And hopefully when I come back Tuesday, it feels like I've actually had a deload week, and it feels like I really got a good rest day. Last week, I had a great rest day, but came back into the gym and, you know, definitely feeling the last few weeks of training. But that's the beauty of games prep, and that's just the reality of what it is.
4 weeks.
We've got 4 more weeks. 4 more weeks, so not all of those weeks will be like, you know, hard training. We will have to taper leading into the games, and you know, the next couple of weeks will be really important to just, you know, come in the gym, focus on recovery, focus on really giving it my best efforts, so that when it comes to games time, I'll be ready.